Alright guys, I told you that I would come back if we had any more interesting stuff. So right now we are going over this extremely long bridge. I don't even know the name of the bridge. The Bayway Bridge. All I know is this is concrete structure that goes over a whole lot of water. And in the middle of all that, we're seeing more storms. I'm going to roll out my window so you can see here. See all the storm clouds, and you can see the lightning flashing. And it is crazy. Crazy. I'm trying to dip you down a little bit so you don't get as much glare. But I want you to see the storm too. It's just like super crazy. Sorry for the glare. I'm doing the best I can, y'all. But see how it's lighting up half the sky? I mean, it's just... Storms have always fascinated me in a way, as long as I'm a safe distance away from them and in the safety, you know. When I was a kid, me and Mama and Daddy, we didn't have an air conditioning in the house that we rented, so we were actually sitting down at the dinner table. We had the wooden door open and we had the screen door shut and locked, and we sat down at the table, actually in the dining room, not the kitchen, and sat down at the table. And right as we started to eat, a storm had come up, and we didn't really think anything about it. We just thought it was a summer storm, so we really didn't think anything about it. A storm came up, we're sitting there eating, and lightning came in the screen door, came all the way through the living room, into the dining room, and ran the chain on the light. It ran up and down the chain on the light that was hanging over our dining room table. Then it went back out the door, back across the road, and it struck the tree in the neighbor's yard, and the tree caught on fire. So, storms have always been interesting to me. Not so much that I want to be a storm chaser. We just happened to be out doing some things and doing some orders this afternoon and this evening, and ran into the middle of a storm. But we're fine. We're actually on the way home. And when I was 9 years old, I was with my daddy over at a neighbor's house, and we got caught in a tornado. I was 9 years old. If you've ever seen the movie Twister, I am not lying. That movie is about as close as you're going to see, unless you see actual documented footage of a tornado. That movie is about as close as you're going to get, because that movie is real similar to what happened in the tornado that me and my daddy were caught in. So weather has always been fascinating to me. What causes weather, what causes storms, why things happen the way they do, the science, I guess, behind it, the reasons behind it, has always been of interest to me. But storm clouds, when they're forming, and how dark they get, and how they look real puffy and bright white against a dark sky, and then the bottom of the clouds look real dark blue gray and filled with rain, and then you see the lightning dancing around behind the clouds, and the clouds turn pink and yellow and purple and every color you can imagine. Those things are of interest to me, so I thought that I would share again with you guys. We're actually on the way back home, and you can see the storms as we're heading back home. There's severe weather in our area where we live, and you can see the lightning already. You can see how it's lighting up the sky. These buildings here are the buildings of downtown Mobile. And That huge building there, what building is that? Is that like a bank? But what is that? I don't know what building that is, but the lights on these buildings change with the seasons. Like they're red and green at Christmas, they're red, white, and blue, and hang out a flag, like for Memorial Day and 4th of July. They were purple, green, and gold for Mardi Gras. I mean, it's just...
I forget the name of that tallest building.
But I forget the name of this tallest building. I mean, it almost reminds me of the Empire State Building, the way it's built, but it's nowhere near as tall as that. But that's the buildings of downtown Mobile. We live on the outskirts of Mobile, but we are headed home. We got a ways to go yet, but we are coming back into some storming. It looks like it had calmed down for a little bit. On the previous video that I shared, there was still some lightning off to our left, and that I thought that was interesting because you could see that huge storm cloud every time the lightning flashed. And I'll tell you, you can tell if you've ever had an injury, including a fractured bone, like I've had a fractured jaw from something that happened years ago. And I will tell you, the barometric pressure changes when the storms come in. And I'm going to tell you right now, I felt every bit of it in this jaw. And it was not fun. But we are about to turn, and then we're going to go across another bridge for those who have not seen it. We are about to go across another bridge called the Bay Bridge. And it's this humongous bridge that goes over Mobile Bay. This is also on our way home. This is like a little industrial area that we go through. When you go over Mobile Bay, you always see oil tankers and stuff, so that's interesting. But I wanted to show you guys this, and then I'm going to get a quick shots at night going over the bay here on the bridge. Of course, people always go way too fast for the weather conditions. They don't realize that the speed limit is in perfect weather conditions, but you need to adjust your speed according to the weather. And they just fly on by like they don't have a care in the world, and that's how people have a wreck. Anyway, don't get me started on that. But anyway, there is water over here. You can't see it right now, but there's water over there. And not too far over there, behind those trees, is more water. So, and you'll see what I'm talking about. As soon as we get to this bridge, you'll see we're about to actually start up on this bridge. So, you will see exactly what I am talking about here in just a few minutes. You can see a portion of the bridge here in the distance, and we're about to go up on that thing. And it goes up and over the bay, and then you come back down on the other side. It's interesting because you see, like I said, the oil tankers and things like that. But at first I was scared to death to go across this bridge, and I was just like, no. But now I've got to where I would rather go this way than to go the causeway, because the causeway, the water literally almost comes right up to the road. Like there's no barrier at all. We're on the bridge now. You can see the tops of trees and stuff. But and if you look over there, you can see water. And we are about to go up a little higher. So I don't know how all the engineering goes for bridges like this, but I will tell you one thing. I'm glad I didn't have to build it. Because that would not have been too well with me at all. But I think the engineering and the architecture of the bridge is so cool. It reminds me of like a bridge you would see like in San Francisco or something. It's cool. There's water over here, water over there, a bunch of ships and stuff. You'll see tugboats, you'll see oil tankers, you'll see dredge boats. And if you're not sure what a dredge boat is, I know what it is. I'm not good at explaining what it is. So if you will just search dredge boat, DREDGE boat, it will explain everything you need to know about what a dredge boat is. We're coming down off the bridge now, but I just wanted to share this with you guys. If anything else interesting happens or pops up, I will come back and share more. Thanks for watching. Bye.